Angeles Valley College Monarchs. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. And now we will set the Monarch defensively for you. In left field, number 6, Brett Marine. In center field, number 30, Jerry Aguilar. In right field, number 34, Adrian Campos. At first base, number 4, Jason Ajamian. At second base, number 22, Matt Matsuka. At third base, number 8, Giovanni Chaides. At shortstop, number 9, Alex Aguilar. Doing the catching this afternoon, number 25, Connor Kelly. And doing the pitching this afternoon for the Monarchs is number 10, Kobe Stieg.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. Thanks for tuning in to the inaugural broadcast of LAVC Monarchs Baseball on Facebook Live. As you may have just heard, Gary Teague, our PA announcer, calling out the defensive starting lineup for the Monarchs. I'll repeat that in a moment just in case you're late joining us. But in town today are the Bakersfield Renegades, coming off of a one-run walk-off win at Bakersfield against the home side today, the LA Valley College Monarchs. Monarchs go into today in 4th place in the Western State Conference South. The conference record of 2 wins and 4 losses, 6-16 overall. Bakersfield's 4-2, 12-11 overall. They're sending up Will Reynolds at the top of their order. That is their left fielder today. Batting second will be Ashante Ross at center field. Batting third, number 2, Cameron Willman, the shortstop. First pitch right down the middle for a strike by Colby Stieg. First pitch at 2:31 p.m. if you're keeping score at home. Stieg delivers high and away for ball 1, evening up the count. Batting 4 through 6 will be the catcher, Zach Williams, first base, Trey Harmon, and second baseman, Landon Kauk. Bottom of the order will be third base, Hunter Adams, the DH, Caleb Freeman, and Sage Voda in right field, rounding out the Renegades lineup. Next pitch was away for ball 2. This one swung on, hit up high over the third base dugout. Bakersfield sits there, home dugout actually on first base side here at Monarch Field, or formerly known as Pike Field. 2-2 now the count. Stieg delivers. This one driven into left center. It's going to drop in for a base hit and maybe more. Giving chase is Brett Marine. Makes the cutoff, and in there with a stand-up double to lead off the game is Will Reynolds.
Batting second, center fielder, number 9, Ashanti Ross.
Shanti Ross stepping in. Batting .253 on the year. Colby Stieg checks the runner back at second, and he retreats to his base. Ross looks at ball one. As I mentioned, Ross batting .253, .319 slugging percentage, .337 on base percentage. Of course, the number 2 hitter mainly just in there to advance the leadoff runner. And he does so with a bunt beautifully down the third base line. No play for Giovanni Chaidez charging to it. It's just a perfectly placed bunt to move Reynolds over to third base.
Third, the shortstop, number 2, Cameron Wellman.
Can certainly hear some wind blowing through. Those are not leaves blowing off of trees that you may see going in front of the camera. We've had a swarm of butterflies, coincidentally of the monarch variety. I just realized that. But I've never seen anything quite like this. The number of butterflies all flying into the wind, it appears. This wind steal attempt is not, it's stolen base, 2 runners in scoring position as Asante Ross just takes off. Two on, nobody out. Cameron Willman with a 1-0 count. Pitch almost hit him, looked like it behind his feet. Don't know how much the wind might affect a pitch at that velocity, but Stieg having some trouble with control, at least here early on. There's a 2-0 pitch. Looks at ball 3. Cameron Willman, a regular in the lineup. 23 games played, batting .289, .410 slugging. In the driver's seat with this at bat, and he looks at ball 4 to load the bases. The first 3 runners for Bakersfield are aboard. That brings up the cleanup hitter and Zach Williams, the catcher. Williams a .549 slugging percentage, batting .329. Looks at ball 1. Also 16 strikeouts, so he's third place on his team in that category, or third from the bottom, however you decide to look at it. Another ball thrown by Stieg. Again behind in the count. This one swung on and hit over the third baseman. That's Giovanni Chaidez jumping for it. At least 2 runs will score. Cut off by Alex Aguilar. And just like that, it's 2-0 Bakersfield with a 2 RBI single by Zach Williams.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 25, Trey Harmon.
Try to adjust that microphone, picking up all that wind. Like to bring you the ambience, but don't want to blow out your subwoofers if you're listening on any high-powered stereo systems here. Stieg checks the runner coming from second. That's Cameron Williams taking a hefty lead and being kept honest. Two on, nobody out. 2-0 Bakersfield, top of the first. The number 5 hitter, Trey Harmon, looks at ball one. Cobley still having trouble finding that strike zone. After a 4-pitch walk to Cameron Willman, allowing a single on a 1-0 count to Zach Williams, who stands a little off of first base at the moment. This one drops in there for a called strike to even the count 1-1. After weeks of cold and a lot of rain causing delays in our games, or having our opponents come play at our field because we don't have as much dirt to get muddy, as this one's driven deep into right center for at least a double, and another couple of runs are going to score. Clearing the bases with that stand-up double, Trey Harmon makes it 4-0 Bakersfield. And yeah, after Colby Stieg so far unable to retire anybody, the first 4 batters have all come home. The number 6 hitter, Landon Kauk, playing second, is up to bat as soon as we're done with this meeting on the mound. Kauk batting .278, .333 slugging percentage, .343 on base. Colby Stieg coming into this game has 6.04 earned run average, 2-2 his win-loss record. 22 1/3 innings pitched so far on the season. .22 record coming on 8 appearances on 4 starts. Meeting over. So again, top of the first, 4-0 Bakersfield. Their number 5 hitter, Trey Harmon, clearing the bases with a 2 RBI double, stands on second base. Landon Kauk in the 6 hole looks at strike one, just catching the bottom of the strike zone and maybe a little inside. Finally, Stieg ahead in the count. This one driven hard, but foul. Just to the left of the bag at third base. Stieg looking back to second, decides to deliver up high. Ball popped out of the glove of Connor Kelly, but kept it in front of him, no harm. One and two the count. Stieg out of the stretch. Delivers fastball, swung on and missed. Strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Stieg. That is his 17th on the season. Hunter Adams stepping in for Bakersfield, their third baseman today.
Hunter Adams.
Starting to mention, after all the cold we've been having, and Nice spring warm day, 71 degrees. Bit breezy, west-northwest winds at about 6 miles an hour, and on this field that means blowing out toward the right field fence, maybe toward right center. See how that affects the flight of the balls here. This is a big swing and a miss to even the count 1-1. Hunter Adams, a dismal 133 batting average so far. 133 on base percentage as well. Pitch way up high. Snagged by Connor Kelly. 2-1. Two-one pitch hit foul. Went straight to the turf and then drifted toward the Bakersfield dugout. They toss the baseball over toward the Monarchs dugout. 2-2 the count. Adams swings and drives one to left field, at least one base for him. And it looks to be an RBI. There's the play at home. No, he runs to second. If he is out, so call that your routine 7-6-4 put out. Easily could have been safe at first, but maybe by running to second, it allowed the run to score. So give him an RBI, but I believe that was Marine to Aguilar cutting it off, and then back to Machuca covering the bag at second. But that brings Trey Harmon home, and it's 5-0 Bakersfield. Freeman swings at first pitch, loops down toward the pitcher. Colby Steig scoops it up, tosses it over to Jason Ajamian, and that'll end the top half of the inning. But not before 5 Renegades come across home plate. We head to the bottom of the first. It's 5-0 Bakersfield. Due up for the Monarchs be Jerry Aguilar, Alex Aguilar, and Jason Ajamian. Back in just a moment.
First inning for the Monarchs, center fielder number 30, Jerry Aguilar.
We welcome you to the bottom of the first inning here at LA Valley College. As you heard, Jerry Aguilar today, our center fielder, leading off for the home side. Again, Jerry Aguilar, Alex Aguilar, the shortstop, batting second, and then Jason Ajamian, the first baseman, batting third. That's Lane Cowan on the mound for Bakersfield, throwing to Zach Williams behind the plate. Going around the infield at first is Trey Harmon. Second is Landon Kauk. At short, Cameron Willman and Hunter Adams at the hot corner, third base. Left to right in the outfield is Will Reynolds, Ashanti Ross, and Sage Voda.
Number 9, Alex Aguilar.
Aguilar goes down swinging. I do apologize. All the wind on that microphone. Rather breezy here. This one swung on and hit high and into the parking lot between the field and Burbank Boulevard. One and one, the count to Alex Aguilar. Lane Cowan just a 2.30 earned run average in 31 innings pitched, 9 appearances, 4 starts, and a 2-2 record. So pretty even as far as the win-loss records go today, as far as our starting pitchers. And Alex Aguilar is aboard with a walk.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 4, Jason Ajamian.
Jason Ajamian stepping in the 3-hole, playing first base today. A transfer from Glendale Community College. Also familiar with this field as he played with the Ventura County Pirates of the Sunset Baseball League. It's a collegiate summer wooden bat team that plays right here at LA Valley College during June and July. Way to he hits this one hard to left center. It's going, just bouncing in front of the wall. It'll at least be a double. Coming home is Jerry Aguilar, and there's no chance for any throw there. So quickly the Monarchs respond to 5 runs by the Renegades in the top half of the inning. Ajamian with a deep double to left center brings home Aguilar, and it's 5-1. Cleanup hitter Adrian Campos actually leads the Western State Conference in RBI. And number 5 in the conference for batting average, hitting .383 coming in today. He swings at this one, bloops it into left center, just over the head of Cameron Willman. Coming home is Jason Ajamian, sliding in safely. Adrian Campos padding make that 29 RBI on the season.
Brett Marine.
5-2 Monarchs. Brett Marine in the 5-hole. He's our left fielder today. He looks at strike one. Quite a velocity on that. What do you have on there? 82 miles an hour on that pitch. Alec Keeling, our radar gun and scoreboard. And he also plays for us on other days. Of course, also joined in the booth by, as I mentioned, Gary Teague, the voice you're hearing out of the big speaker system, and Joe Hernandez, our live statistician. Ripped over to, oh man, unassisted double play, a line drive to first base. Grabs the ball, just runs back and steps on it. That's Trey Harmon getting in L3 and 3U if you're writing that on a score sheet at home. So 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 left on. Beg your pardon. No, nobody left on that. Adrian Campos was forced out on the tag-up rule. So we head to the top of the second inning in a moment. Bakersfield lead the Monarchs by 3 runs. It's 5-2. Again, heading to the top of the second. Back in a few.
For Bakersfield, right fielder number 27, Sage Voda.
Do beg your pardon, Jason and Jamie, and anyone listening. He was a transfer from Pasadena City College, not Glendale, like I said. I regret the error. Anyways, the top of the second. And the 9-hole hitter, Sage Voda, drives one into right field over the head of Adrian Campos and in there for a stand-up double. So the wind seemingly carrying the ball from left to right. You can hear the gusts. Can't really see, but I'm looking over at the flag over between the baseball and softball fields to the northwest of home plate. Does certainly seem to be blowing out that direction. So Sage Voda clobbers one to right center, and he's aboard and in scoring position already. Back to the top of the order for Bakersfield. Will Reynolds had a leadoff double and then scored. Stieg delivers wide. A little outside. 1-0 the count. Will Reynolds coming in today, batting .237. He looks at strike one. 21 total bases. One count. Colby Stieg working out of the stretch. Takes a peek back at second base. And as it goes for the pickoff move, applying the tag was Alex Aguilar, but Voda is safe. This one swung on, hit high and probably over the netting. But Stieg gets ahead in the count. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the second inning, nobody out, 1 runner aboard. It's 5-2 Bakersfield. Southwest Airlines plane overhead coming into land. Ranking the break towards third base is Sage Voda, and he is safe. Pitch also missed the strike zone, so it's an even count, 2-2. Voda, that's just his Only his third stolen base on the year. Stig missing the strike zone again. It's a full count. Three balls, two strikes, one on, nobody out. Stig delivers. Swung on and hit high and foul toward the third base dugout. Colby Stig, 6'4", 165. Freshman out of Granada Hills High School. Former Highlander. Gets Will Reynolds looking. His second strikeout of the day for Stig. Will Reynolds falls to 1-1. Ashanti Ross now steps in. Got aboard in the first with a bunt single and then scored after stealing a base. Swings at this one, pops it way up, and calling for it is Matt Machuca, who makes the catch for out number 2. I was about to say Ashanti Ross, third in the league coming into today, the Western State Conference, our division. 11 stolen bases. That's the 12th one puts him at a tie with Kobayashi from Citrus College and Harris from LA Pierce, unless they've stolen any bases today. We'll check on these out-of-town scores a little later on, of course. Stepping in, Cameron Willman swings at the second pitch he sees and drives another one way back to the left center field wall right in front of the scoreboard, which will now display a number 1 on the top of the second inning line score. As Willman with the double. Six-2 Bakersfield, 2 out. Cameron Willman with the RBI double. My goodness, that wind's really coming in. Zach Williams, the catcher, with the 2 RBI single in the first, put the Renegades on the board. Looks at a 1-1 pitch go right through the strike zone and count even, 1-1. Nice curveball, drops right into the strike zone. Stieg ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stieg sets, delivers. Just a little bit inside, I suppose. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the second. Colby Stieg looking back towards second base. Matt Machuca trying to juke the runner, making a couple of hard steps toward the bag. Ultimately delivers, and it's fouled away by Zach Williams. There's another 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit high and hard to left field. Running up to it, making the grab is Brett Marine. And the Monarchs escape any further damage on the fly out to left field. We head to the bottom of the second. It's 6-2 Bakersfield. Back in a couple minutes.
Monarchs designated hitter number 20, Alex Saavedra.
It's the bottom of the second inning. Bakersfield lead the home Monarchs 6-2. Alex Saavedra, the designated hitter, steps in and looks at two balls go right by him out of the strike zone. Gets ahead in a comfortable 2-0 count. Saavedra batting sixth, so due up after him are Matt Machuca and Giovanni Chides. Swung on and floated into left field. Running under it to make the grab was Will Reynolds in left center field.
Number 22, Matt Machuca.
Matt Machuca stepping in. He's playing second base today. His first time to the plate. Machuca gets ahead to a comfortable 2-0 count. Machuca takes a knock by that one and heads over to first base on the hit by pitch.
Number 8, Giovanni Chides.
The seventh time this year Matt Machuca's been plunked. That shouldn't hurt his on-base percentage of .393 coming into today. So Giovanni Chides steps in. Batting .232, .368 on-base percentage, .268 slugging. Looks at strike one. Oh, one pitch swung on and floated into shallow right center. Running under it, Sage Voda makes the grab. And Machuca heads back to first base. Bottom of the order, Connor Kelly, the catcher, stepping in.
Connor Kelly.
Kevin, I saw your comment. And yes, actually, at LA Valley College, the home dugout is on the first base side. Connor Kelly looks at the first pitch, a called strike. This pitch way out of the strike zone, maybe just kind of a pitch away to try to hold Matt Machuca at first. I don't know, maybe just lost control. Either way, it's a 1-1 count now. Swung on, floated into right center. This might be trouble. No, just running under it. Sage Voda makes the grab on the run, and the inning is over. 6-2 Renegades. We head to the top of the third. Back in a moment.
Off the top of the third inning for Bakersfield. First baseman number 25, Trey Harmon.
We're in the top of the third inning, in the middle of the Bakersfield batting order. Again, the Bakersfield Renegades leading 6-2 against the Monarchs. Colby Stieg on the hill delivers a pitch outside of the zone for ball one. This one hit hard toward the bullpens in left field. Even up the count with the foul ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Harmon had 2 RBI double in the first inning and then scored. Driven home by Hunter Adams. He hits this one up high in the air. Running under it is Matt Machuca, who makes the grab on the pop out. 1 away.
Second baseman number 8,
Landon Kauk stepping in. Coming into today, he's batting .278, .333 slugging, .343 on base. 11 strikeouts. He's make that 12 with the one earlier today. He struck out in the first inning swinging. The first of 2 strikeouts of the day by Stieg. He swings at another one well away from the plate. After that foul ball, he falls behind the count 0-2. Swings and drives one toward the dugout on the third base side. Here's another 0-2 pitch. Fouled back toward the backstop. He stays alive in the at-bat. Another 0-2, swung on and dropped. So he strikes out. We'll call it 2-3 on the putout. Third strikeout of the day for Colby Steig. Second for Landon Kauk, who goes 0-2. Swinging on both of them.
Third baseman, number 5, Hunter Adams.
Adams singled in the first and was out on the throw to second base, allowing the run to score. Monarchs with a shot at a 1-2-3 inning. This ball down in the dirt-colored turf. Nobody on base, no harm there. 1-1 count. Two-one pitch high and away. And a comfortable 3-ball, 1-strike count to Hunter Adams. Steig out of the windup. Throws one way inside, almost hitting Hunter Adams. Either way, he's going to first base. So no 1-2-3 for the Monarchs there. Caleb Freeman, the designated hitter, steps up. He ended the first inning by grounding out to the pitcher. Steig throwing to a Jamian. Steps in with the runner on base this time. Steig missing. No, he caught just the inside corner. Freeman, the batter, asking the ump, really? Oh, 1 to Freeman, well inside, and it looked like it might have dropped and got him on the shoulder, his helmet even. So he goes to first. Adams over to second. Just the first time of the season that Freeman's been plunked. Actually, only his fourth at bat. Still a 0 batting average. In any case, Sage Voda is going to step in. See if there's a pitching change here. DeAndre Carter warming up in the Monarchs bullpen. And this is their second mound meeting, so they're going to have to bring him in at this point, just buying a little time to get a few more warm-up pitches out in the pen. So that will end the day for Steig. 2 2/3 innings, and he's responsible for the 2 base runners right now. So DeAndre Carter to warm up. We'll come back in a minute. As we mentioned, the reliever DeAndre Carter stepping in. This will be his 6th appearance. In the previous 5, he started 4 of those. A 2-2 record, 4.45 ERA, 28.1 innings pitched. The .1 meaning 1 out of the 3 to complete an inning. Only hit 2 batters and thrown 3 wild pitches. 24 strikeouts in his efforts. So he steps in. We're in the top of the 3rd, 2 out, 2 on. Colby Stieg still the pitcher of record for the Monarchs. And he's responsible for the base runners. That's Hunter Adams at 2nd and Caleb Freeman at 1st. He gives up a hit to left field, making the grab and throwing it in to prevent any runs from scoring. That was Brett Marine tossing it to Chaidez. A lot of long balls today we're seeing. DeAndre Carter out of Notre Dame High School in Sherman Oaks. That's a gorgeous facility they have. As Will Reynolds swings at the first pitch he sees. Flies out to center field, and the Renegades leave the bases loaded. So that officially closes the books on Colby Stieg. That's 6 runs allowed, 7 hits. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It's still 6-2 Bakersfield. Back in a minute.
For the Monarchs, center fielder, number 30, Jerry Aguilar.
Jerry Aguilar stepping in for the Monarchs in the bottom of the 3rd. He struck out swinging to lead off the bottom of the 1st. Aguilar, 5'10", does everything left-handed. Freshman out of Kennedy High School in Granada Hills. Gets a comfortable 3-0 count. Looks at 4 straight balls and heads over to first base. The Monarchs have their leadoff runner aboard for the first time today. The other Aguilar stepping in, that's Alex at the plate. From Westlake High School in Westlake Village. He's a sophomore this year, 5'9", 160. Adding 277, drops a bunt perfectly along the third base line and moves the other Aguilar up to second. Beautiful bunt by Alex Aguilar.
Number 4, Jason Jamian.
Jamian stepping in. From St. Francis High School in La Cañada. 6'0", 200. And a transfer from Pasadena City College, a former Lancer, now a Monarch. Looks at the first pitch. Hard but low. The Jamian batting an impressive 381, 524 slug percentage, 465 on base. 3 doubles and 3 home runs. He swings and hits this one to straightaway center. Easily gloved by Ashanti Ross, but that'll send Jerry Aguilar over to third base, advancing after tagging up.
34, Adrian Campos.
2 on, 1 out. Monarchs trail by 4. And then Adrian Campos in the 4-hole. Batting cleanup. 383 batting average, 717 slugging. And on base half of the time so far. 28 RBI, 3 homers, 9 extra base hits. Had an RBI single earlier today. Make that 29 RBIs on the season. Yet to swing at one. A very comfortable 3-0 count. Another 4 straight balls, and you wonder maybe if at that point you just walk him to load the bases and you got the double play everywhere.
Number 6, Brett.
So that'll move Alex Aguilar up to second base as Adrian Campos heads to first, and with the bases loaded, Brett Marine steps in. He had that hard line drive to Trey Harmon at first base, who made an unassisted double play in the first inning to end it. Low-flying helicopter overhead going to the southeast of here. Time called by the shortstop to adjust his equipment, I suppose. Bases loaded. First pitch, check swing was in the zone. Brett Marine, no balls, 1 strike. He looks at a ball go by him. Count even, 1-1. Brett Marine out of Alamany High School in North Hills swings at this one, pops it up high. That'll be an infield fly rule, I'm sure. Running in for it was the first baseman, Trey Harmon, to make the grab. So infield fly rule to first base.
Alex Saavedra.
So the designated hitter, Alex Saavedra, steps in. He's 0 for 1, flying out to left field in the second inning. Saavedra looks at a couple of pitches, takes them both for balls. 2-0 the count. Strike is called, I believe. 2-1. Saavedra representing the tying run. Swings and maybe, he tipped it. The foul tip. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base is loaded. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And he looks at ball 3, just a little bit low of the strike zone. Full count. Full bases. Saavedra steps back in. It's a full count pitch, and he walks in a run. Count the RBI for Saavedra. He heads to first. Campos to second. Alex Aguilar to third, and Jerry Aguilar, the leadoff runner, comes home. Monarchs put a run up in the third. Run walked in. That does count for Saavedra's RBI stats. Not an at-bat. That does not affect the batting average. The on-base percentage certainly goes up a couple notches there.
22, Matt Matsuka.
That's just his 8th RBI on the season. Matt Machuca stepping in. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning, representing the only base runner for the Monarchs in that frame. Swings at an 0-1 pitch, popped up windy, but able to stay under it. Landon Kauk, and the Monarchs leave him loaded just like Bakersfield did in the third. But they're chipping away at that lead. It's now 6-3 in favor of the visitors. We head to the top of the fourth. Back in a moment.
Center fielder number 9, Ashanti Ross.
Let's go, Dre.
Ashanti Ross back into the box for the Bakersfield. His third time today. 1 for 2, bunt single in the first, popped out to second in the second. He faces a 1-1 count. Make that 1-2. Carter right down the middle. Ross steps out. Listens to a couple words from his dugout and the third base coach. 1-2 pitch from DeAndre Carter. Swung on and missed. Applying the tag was Connor Kelly. Call that a strikeout, swinging, and 2U for the putout. One up, one down. First strikeout of the day for DeAndre Carter. Cameron Willman stepping in. He leads his team in, no, beg your pardon. He has 16 RBI. Williams and Willman right next to each other on my score sheet here. 1-1 count, 1 out. Willman looks at ball 2 outside. Ball 3 inside, maybe a little bit low. Three one pitch was high and away. Willman heads to first base. The base on balls. Zach Williams, I was starting to say, leads the team in RBI with 22. Make that 24, counting the 2 in the first inning. Is 2 RBI single to open up the scoring for this ball game. Flied out to left field in the second to end that inning. So 1 for 2 with a run and 2 RBI today. Leads his team in home runs with 4 as well. 5 extra base hits. I should say 5 doubles and triples, a home run, technically an extra base hit as well, I suppose. In any case, he has a 2-0 count against DeAndre Carter. Carter delivers, reaching for it. Ground ball to first base, back to Carter. A Jamian quick to race over and grab the ball and lob it back to DeAndre Carter and get the 1-3 ground out. That does advance Cameron Willman, up to second base, however. The 3-1 ground out, I should say. 3 being the first baseman, 1 being the pitcher. For out number 2. 2-out runner on second. Bakersfield lead by 3 runs. Trey Harmon, the first baseman, swinging at this one, fouling it away to the right of the backstop. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored and 2 RBI. Had that 2 RBI double in the first. Popped out to the second baseman in the third inning. Carter checks the runner at second base. Sliding in safe here is Cameron Willman. Oh, 1 pitch down low, evens the count 1-1. Harmon batting .272, slugging .407, on base .341. Drives this one to short. Easy 6-3 ground out. Alex Aguilar to Jason Ajamian ends the top half of the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 6-3 Bakersfield.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Monarchs, third baseman, number 8, Giovanni Seides.
Bottom of the fourth inning action here at LA Valley College. Monarchs trail by 3 runs. Giovanni Chaidez stepping in for the second time today. Drives one to third base, making the grab. Hunter Adams tossing it to Trey Harmon for the ground out.
Catcher, number 25, Connor Kelly.
Connor Kelly out of Agora High School from Agora Hills. He's a freshman this year, standing at 5'10". 0 for 1 today. Flied out to right field to end the second inning. Oh, 2 count. Drives one to left field. If it's fair, it's dangerous, and it is. This could be at least a double. Racing in, and yeah, he's going to hold at second base. A double out of your 9-hitter. That's always nice.
Jerry Aguilar.
Connor was hitting .333. In any case, he's safe at second base, and Monarchs have another runner in scoring position. Jerry Aguilar at the top of the order is back in. Aguilar swings hard, grounds it over to first base. It'll be another 3-1 ground out, but that'll move Kelly over to third base.
Shortstop, number 9, Alex Aguilar.
Alex Aguilar, the shortstop, was left on third base last inning, reaching with that beautiful bunt single. Swings at this one and grounds it foul toward the Bakersfield dugout. Mute till that mute that crowd mic until the sirens go away. As this ball is grounded to third base, throw down low, but well placed and in time. Hunter Adams tossing it to Trey Harmon to end the fourth inning without any further damage. Fifth inning coming up. Bakersfield 6, LA Valley 3. Back in a moment.
Off the top of the fifth inning for Bakersfield. Second baseman, number 8, Landon Hauk.
It's a little defensive switch for the Monarchs. Coming to the game in left field is Gideon Ellis replacing Brett Marine. Stepping into the box for Bakersfield. Landon Hauk. Hauk swings at a 1-0 pitch, hits it high into left center, almost back at the track, but tracking it and making the grab. And Gideon Ellis says that superstition, as soon as you're subbed into a game, the ball's going to come right to you. Well, he delivered.
Third baseman, number 5, Hunter Adams.
Ellis getting right under it in left field. Retires Landon Hauk, who's 0-3 now today. Hunter Adams stepping in. DeAndre Carter getting him for a called strike. Make that 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Hunter Adams, he's 1 for 2 today. A single thrown out at second. Getting the RBI. Drives this one over to Giovanni Chaidez, who tosses it to a Jamian at first base for out number 2.
Designated hitter, number 31, Caleb Freeman.
Caleb Freeman, the DH. 0 for 1. Grounded out to end the first inning and hit by a pitch in the third. Steps in with 2 out. Bakersfield still up 6-3. Nice movement on that pitch. Maybe a slurve or something. It definitely dropped, and it seemed to move laterally as well. Perhaps that wind that you're hearing affecting it a tiny bit. Either way, here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and tipped foul toward the first base side of the backstop. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Visitors lead by 3 runs. Carter delivers, swing and a miss, strike 3 to end the top of the 5th inning. Halfway through regulation, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Monarchs down by 3. Back in a few.
The bottom of the 5th inning for the Monarchs. First baseman, number 4, Jason Jamian.
Jason Ajamian stepping in for the 3rd time today. Bottom of the fifth inning, it's 6-3 Bakersfield. Jamian doubled and scored in the first, flied out to center in the third. And is a comfortable 2-1 count at the moment. Jamian tied for the lead, 3 home runs. Adrian Campos also with 3 home runs. Both team highs in that stat category. And Jamian looks at strike 2, count runs full. Full count. Pitch swung on and grounded foul toward the third base. Still a persistent wind coming in from the north-northwest. Or west-northwest, I should say. Check the speed on it. At the moment it's saying west 6 miles an hour. So that means it's blowing straight out to right field. Our field oriented toward the northeast from the batter's perspective, like most ballparks. Another ball fouled away, so it's still a full count. There's a third 3-2 pitch. Swung on, line toward third base, but rolling foul. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. And he draws the walk. Jamian wins the battle, and again, the Monarchs have their leadoff runner aboard.
Right fielder, number 34, Adrian Campos.
As I mentioned, Adrian Campos leading the team with 3 home runs. He steps in. He's got 28 RBI, another team high stat. Make that 29 again with the one today. That came in the first inning. He was then forced out on that unassisted double play, the line drive to the first baseman. This pitch way outside to even count 1-1. Campos then walked in the third inning, made it to second base, but was stranded. Pickoff move, holds the Jamian at first. Adrian Campos, again out of Kennedy, also out of Kennedy High School in Granada Hills, drives one to right field, and it is gone.
That is a 2-run home run for Adrian Campos. That makes the score Bakersfield 6, right now a 5.
No doubt about that one. Just ripped into right field, likely aided by that wind, but the sage vote of the right fielder, I should say, for Bakersfield just looked and didn't even move its feet, just said that ball is gone.
Left fielder, number 5, Gideon
Be
Ellis.
landing in the Los Angeles River or clearing it to go on to Coldwater Canyon Avenue. Be careful over there. In any case, now it's just a 1-run game. 2 RBI. A 2-run homer by the cleanup man, Adrian Campos. His 4th on the year. That's a team high. And now we're going to see Ellis for the first time. He was brought in to play left field the top half of this inning. So Gideon Ellis out of Taft High School in Woodland Hills. He's a freshman this year, standing at 5'9". Again, in at left field today. It's an 0-2 count. Fouls one away to stay alive. Grounded foul toward the third baseman. Ellis awaits an 0-2 pitch. Does not pull the trigger, and wisely so. Well outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Lane Cowan missing again. Count runs even, 2-2. This will be his 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Swung on, driven hard towards second base, and can't get to it. Diving for it as it gets underneath his glove. Ellis, his first plate appearance, gets the single on the line drive.
Number 20, Alex Saavedra.
Alex Saavedra stepping in. He's 0 for 1 today with a fly out to left and a walk with an RBI from it. Gotta fix the scoreboard. Saavedra drives one up the middle and moves Ellis up to second base. But meeting on the mound here. This is going to be the end of Lane Cowan's day. He's a pitcher of record. He's responsible for these 2 base runners, so we shall see what happens. Stepping in now, number 16 for Bakersfield. That is Michael Keese. He has a 6.94 ERA, 6 appearances, 2 of them starts, 0-1 record. 11 2/3 innings pitched. Looks like a 3.13 batting average against. While he warms up, I'll get caught up on some stats. We'll be back in just a moment. Some out-of-town scores in the Western State Conference. We're here at the bottom of the 5th. Monarchs fighting their way back. It's 6-5 Bakersfield at the moment. In the bottom of the 4th inning, West LA leads LA Mission 5-2. Moore Park over Cuesta 3-2 in the top of the 7th. Victor Valley and Antelope Valley tied 2-2 in the top of the 2nd. Top of the 5th inning, Glendale leads College of the Canyons 3-2. In the top of the 7th, Santa Barbara leads Allen Hancock 2-0, and Citrus and Barstow are playing today. No update on that game yet. Meanwhile, first pitch of the day from the reliever, beg your pardon, Keese stepping in. Plunks Matt Machuca. That's his second time getting hit today. So he heads to first base, and the bases are loaded for the Monarchs. Chaidez looks at a strike right down the pipe. He swings at this one, grounded, foul, bouncing up behind the catcher. Michael Keese, that's his 5th hits batsman on his pitching career, or this season at least, pitching stats. Swung on, grounded to second, tossed over to first for the out, but the run scores, and the game is tied. So called a 4-3 ground out and RBI that brings home Gideon Ellis. And we are tied at 6. Everyone moves up. Now Connor Kelly swings at this one, floats it into right field. Throw home is very in time. Alex Saavedra thrown out at home. Call it 9-2. Just a couple of steps late, that throw from right field. Thought the wind might carry it a little more. But it's a tie ball game. We head to the top of the 6th. So no decision for either of the starters now. DeAndre Carter and, beg your pardon, Michael Keese now, pitchers of record for this ball game. Top of the 6th. We'll be back in a second.
Leading off right fielder, number 27, Sage Boda.
We're back at the top of the 6th inning. It's a whole new ball game. We're tied 6-6. Bakersfield 8 hits to the Monarchs 7. No errors thus far in this ball game. Batting for Bakersfield and striking out, Sage Voda.
Left fielder, number 4.
Third strikeout of the day and second in a row for DeAndre Carter. Sage Voda goes 2 for 3 with that effort. Back to the top of the order for the Renegades. Called strike. Will Reynolds, 1 for 3. Most recently flied out to center field in the 3rd inning. Struck out looking in the 2nd and doubled and scored in the 1st. Count even 1-1, 1 out. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Carter. Swung on and grounded right over to Jason DeJamian, easily making the grab and trotting over to the bag at first base to make the out. That's 2 up, 2 down. Shanti Ross now back in for Bakersfield. Pitch down just underneath the strike zone. 1-0. Ground ball over to short. Alex Aguilar grabs it, tosses over to Jamian, and the top of the 6th is over. Head to the bottom of the 6th, we're tied 6-6. Back in a moment.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Monarchs, center fielder, number 30, Jerry Aguilar.
That's right, Jerry. Stay alive.
Jerry Aguilar stepping in for the 4th time today. Bottom of the 6th inning. It's 1 for 2 with 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. A comfortable 3-0 count from Michael Keese. 4 pitches and 4 balls. Another leadoff batter aboard for the Monarchs. That'll bring up Alex Aguilar. He scored in the first. Beautiful bunt single in the third. Ground out to third in the fourth. Showing bunt again and almost getting caught stealing was Jerry Aguilar, sprinting back to the bag and diving in safely. Pitch missed the strike zone, however, and it's 1-0 to Alex Aguilar. Pickoff move holds Jerry Aguilar back at first. Wind maybe calming down a little bit. Flag still waving, but not hearing as much of that noise on the microphone outside. Stealing second safely is Jerry Aguilar. Swing and a miss. But he sprinted toward the second base and it's in there safely. One the count. Aguilar now in scoring position, showing bunt once again. Pitch rolls away from Zach Williams, the catcher. I heard a little thump there. I don't know if you call that a passed ball. It seemed to be. Seemed like he stopped it and got away. It wasn't just a wild pitch that completely missed the zone and went to the backstop.
Y'all better do something. Bakersfield ain't playing. It's serious.
Official scoring decision is a wild pitch to move Aguilar to third. Jerry Aguilar, while Alex Aguilar is batting. 3-1 count. And the Monarchs dugout energized, as you can hear. Pitch just catching high outside corner of the strike zone. Count runs full. There's a 3-2 pitch. Plunks him. Turns his back and bounces right off the number 9 on his jersey. And he heads to first base. That'll draw a visit from the Bakersfield manager. So we've got runners on the corners. Nobody out. Monarchs and Bakersfield tied at 6. Jason Ajamian stepping up after this. He's scored twice already today. Went to an RBI double in the first. Jamian steps in. A lot of energy now among the Monarchs faithful and their own dugout.
The batter, first baseman, number 4, Jason Ajamian.
Check swing. Did go around. 1-1 the count. Count even 1-1. Runners on the corners, making a break towards second. And the pitch gets away. That'll be a wild pitch to store the go-ahead run. Rounding second and heading for third. Sliding in safely is Alex Aguilar. Jerry Aguilar scores on the wild pitch, and the Monarchs take the lead 7-6.
Lewis count. Come on. Thank you.
Michael Keese having some issues with control. 2 wild pitches this inning.
Let's go, Monarchs.
That one costing his team the tie game, causing the first lead change of this game. That pitch well inside of Jamie turning away. It's 3-1.
Let's go, Jason.
3-1 pitch driven past the shortstop. That'll score Alex Aguilar. And another RBI for Jamie and pads the Monarchs lead. It's 8-6.
Number 34, Adrian Campos.
2 for 3 now is Jamian's efforts. Adrian Campos, the cleanup man who homered his last appearance. And I think that's going to be it for Keese, and indeed it is. We'll get you the pitching change in just a moment. Nobody out. It's the bottom of the 6th. Monarchs up by 2. Bakersfield sending in Ruben Barron to pitch. He's got a 6.43 earned run average in 7 innings pitched, 5 appearances, 2 losses to his name. Batting average .250 against. So these 2 base runners will be charged to Keese, and making a break for second. What's that one? Another wild pitch. This one coming right off of the reliever. Sends Jason to Jamie and over to second base. So Aguilar scored. Jerry Aguilar scored on a wild pitch. Jason Ajamin drove home Alex Aguilar on a single. And now Ajamian stealing second on a wild pitch. We've got Adrian Campos. It's a perfect 2 for 2 with a walk today. Singling in the first, getting an RBI. Walking in the third, homering in the 5th for 2 runs. And he draws a walk.
Left fielder.
Ruben Barron
Gideon
unable to make
Ellis.
the first out. So Jason Ajamian is the responsibility of Keese. If he comes to the score, that'll be charged to the outgoing pitcher from this inning. Gideon Ellis again showing bunt, dropping this one down the third base line, making the grab, throwing it in the dirt, pulling the first baseman off the bag was Ruben. I think that would have been a really tough play to make. We'll see if they call that a hit or an error.
Designated hitter number 20, Alec Saavedra.
Given the precision of that bunt and the difficulty it would have been to make that throw, it appears they're going with a hit for the official scoring decision. That'll load the bases. 8-6 Monarchs, nobody out in the 6th inning. Another bunt single. Gideon Ellis getting on board. 0-2 the count to Alex Saavedra, the designated hitter. Saavedra 1 for 2, singled the last inning. Thrown out at home to end the inning. Swings and stays alive, fouling this one toward his own dugout. Saavedra played for Providence High School in Burbank. Standing at just 5'7". Good luck finding that strike zone. As I say that, he has an 0-2 count, of course. 0-2 pitch, swung on and fouled high and toward the Monarchs dugout. Saavedra batting .250, slugging .295, on base .346. A pair of doubles. This is his 18th game played. Swung on and fouled up into the parking lot. Don't hear any shattering glass or alarm sounding. At least not in my car. Another 0-2 pitch. Missing low and away. Ruben Barron getting ahead early in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he balked. Didn't set his feet just right, and a run scores. It is 9-6 Monarchs on the run, balked in by Ruben Barron. Fouls away another one, bounces off of Alex Saavedra. The balk resulting in an earned run to the outgoing pitcher, Michael Keese. So that closes the books on him. That was 3 runs allowed. He's now the pitcher of record, of course. Count runs even, 2-2. Another swing and a foul ball bouncing foul, and then rolling into the field of play. Or fair territory, I should say. Still a 2-2 count. Ducking underneath that one. Alex Saavedra instinctively not wanting to take a fast ball to the noggin. And the count runs full. He comes all the way back from 0-2. It's 3-2. Nobody out still. Runners on second and third. 3-2 pitch swung on and grounded towards second base. Here's the throw home. The tag applied in time. Call it a 4-2 fielder's choice on your scorecards at home.
Second baseman, number 22, Matt Matsuka.
So Adrian Campos is erased. For the first out of the inning. Gideon Ellis moves up to second base, and Saavedra reaches on the fielder's choice. He makes a break for second and steals. Beg your pardon. Gideon Ellis moves to third base. He was moved up to second on the balk. So there were runners at the corners until Saavedra just now stole second. Matt Machuca stepping in. Lorena Machuca, if you're still watching, I'll tell you when it's safe. That pitch high and inside. Of course, referring to Machuca being hit by 2 pitches today. And then popping up to second base in the third inning. Those hit batsmen were in the second and the fifth, respectively. Swings at this one, fouls it between the umpire's legs back to the backstop. It's a 1-2 count. Got a dozen viewers. Not bad. Thank you all for being here. Chime in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching for. As Machuca grounds this one to short. Throw is higher, brought the catcher off of the bag. Call it a fielder's choice, but everyone's safe.
Giovanni Scheider.
And the run scores. Gideon Ellis coming home for the second time today. Makes it 10-6 Monarchs.
Good effort, though, Matt. It's all good. Good effort. I don't care. At least you tried. Hey, we're good.
Giovanni Chaidez now in. 0 for 3 today. Flied out to right, grounded out to third, and grounded out to second. Those appearances in the second, fourth, and fifth innings.
Let's go, Chai. Who cares about the count? Do you?
0-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on third, swings at this one, stays alive. I see we've got beautiful Tucson, Arizona. Jake, thanks for tuning in. My dad and stepmom did the little snowbird thing from Cheyenne, Wyoming. They rented a little place in Tucson to escape that Wyoming winter for a couple of months. And Lorena Machuca, thank you for being here. All the way from Arleta. This one driven into left center. Nobody there. Over the head of the center fielder. This will be a triple. RBI triple for Giovanni Chaidez brings Matt Machuca home, and it's 11-6 Monarchs.
Number 25, Connor Kelly.
He was due 0 for 3, make it 1 for 4 with an RBI triple. Just ripped into center field, a little left of center and well over the head. They moved in on him. He made him pay. Connor Kelly, the catcher, steps in. Popped up high. Caught in right field by Sage Voda, and finally, after the Monarchs bat around, the inning is over. 5 runs across in the 6th inning for the home side. We head to the top of the 7th. It's 11-6 Monarchs. Back in a few.
Bakersfield, shortstop, number 2, Cameron Willman.
Do beg your pardon as I missed a play there buried in my notes. Yeah, Machuca caught stealing for the 2nd out, and Connor Kelly flying out to right field ended the inning. Long throw was well placed, but just not in time. We'll call it an infield hit for the leadoff batter, Cameron Willman for Bakersfield. Grounding one toward third. Got the infield hit. He's a perfect 2 for 2, 2 walks and a run scored. So he stands on first base. Zach Williams steps into the box. The wind picking up. Williams plunks this one down. It's your routine 1-3 ground out. DeAndre Carter tossing it over to Jason Ajamian at first. Advancing Willman to second.
First baseman, number 25, Trey Harmon.
Trey Harmon, the first baseman, steps in. James Aguilar in Simi Valley, thanks for tuning in. I was going to say, Lorena, I've been right by Arleta. I used to work with UCLA and CSUN ice hockey when they used to play at the rink in Panorama City. I've been right by there. And James out in Simi Valley, again, that's now the home of CSUN ice hockey at the Isoplex. Thank you for tuning in. And Jake as well, of course. Meanwhile, as I'm thanking all our viewers, Bakersfield get a 2-run homer. Trey Harmon sends one over the fence in left field. 2-run shot makes it a 3-run ball game. It's 11-8 now.
Let's go, Lando. Keep it going, kid. Base knock, here we go.
Second baseman number 8, out.
Immediately, the next pitch driven into center field for a base hit. That was off the bat of Landon Kauk. He finally gets in the hit column. Struck out twice and flied out to left in the first, third, and fifth. So he stands at first. Interesting, a home run to left field after, with all the wind blowing the other way. Another ball put in play on the first pitch. This one popped up, easily caught by our right fielder, Adrian Campos. So the DH in their 8-hole, Caleb Freeman stepping in. Swinging a foul ball toward the Monarchs dugout at first base. Yes, of course. Wind picking up, as we can hear. Yes, indeed, Matt Machuca from Pauley High School. This one swung on and hit the deep left center field in front of the track. Getting under it to make the catch is Jerry Aguilar, and we've reached the 7th inning stretch. Bakersfield get a couple of runs across, but they now trail by 3. Monarchs 11, Bakersfield Renegades 8. Back in a minute after the 7th inning stretch. So we have a pitching change for Bakersfield during the stretch. Benji Cagianelli stepping in. He has 11 appearances, 1 win, 1 save, 13 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 1.98 ERA for his efforts. He comes in at the bottom of the 7th, trailing by 3, so this will indeed be a save opportunity. Beg your pardon, no. We would. Confusing rules regarding pitching decisions. In any case, top of the order for the Monarchs, Jerry Aguilar draws a full count. He's scored twice and walked 3 times with that one.
Shortstop, number 9.
Certainly helping his
Alex
on-base percentage.
Aguilar.
It was .435 coming into today. Alex Aguilar steps in again with Jerry Aguilar. Drives one down third base. Your 5-3 ground out, but moves Jerry Aguilar up to second
First baseman,
and into scoring
number
position.
4, Jason Damian.
Jason Ajamian intentionally walked.
Right fielder, number 34, Adrian Campos.
I guess they want to play at every base, or they don't want to risk facing Ajamian's bat again, as he scored thrice today with 2 RBI for his efforts. So he hits the first. 2 on, 1 out. Righty versus lefty pitcher to hitter. Adrian Campos stepping in. He's walked twice, singled, and homered. 3 RBIs in total and 1 run scored of his own on the home run. Here's a 1-0 count. Swings and blasts this one into the Monarchs dugout after a bank off of the protective netting. I do thank you all for tuning in for your support here. I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Brian Melblom. I've been acting sports information specialist over here at LA Valley College. Worked as a public address announcer for, baseball, softball, men's and women's basketball, men's water polo, and women's soccer here. Do a little play-by-play broadcasting for UCLA ice hockey as well. I'm looking to be this liaison between athletics and our broadcast department. So anyone else who's watching, if you're LA Valley College student interested in broadcasting, as this one swung and fouled high over the other side. Well, we'd love to have you on board and have more people involved with this production. Actually have a scoreboard overlay and on-field interviews, color commentary, and all that. Not just a one-man show. Count runs full for Adrian Campos. Three-two pitch. Swung on and hit hard to right field. Safely making... goodness, I'm stumbling on my words here. Grabbed easily by Sage Voda, who tosses it all the way to third base to end the inning. Hunter Adams making the grab and catching Jerry Aguilar trying to run to third on the tag-up rule. So call it F9 and 9-5 on the other put out on your score sheets at home or wherever you may be. That ends the 7th inning. We head to the top of the 8th. We'll back in just a minute. Some other out-of-town scores in the Western State Conference. Now at the top of the 7th inning, West LA leads LA Mission 6-2. Still no updates from Ventura at Oxnard or Citrus at Barstow. Top of the 9th inning, Moore Park leads Cuesta 3-2. Antelope Valley 12-9 over Victor Valley. Glendale 5-1 at College of the Canyons over the home team. And the visiting Allen Hancock Bulldogs leading Santa Barbara City College 3-2.
Let's start.
We're in the top of the 8th inning. It's 11-8 in favor of the home side, the LA Valley College Monarchs over the Bakersfield Renegades. Sage Voda, part of that double play just moments ago, making the grab in right field and catching the lead runner heading to third base. He has an 0-2 count, and he looks at strike 3. Another strikeout for DeAndre Carter.
Reynolds.
His 4th strikeout of the day. 2nd for the batter, Sage Voda. Back to the top of the order we go for Bakersfield. Will Reynolds looks at strike 1 just on the outside corner. (11-8) Monarchs. 1 out in the top of the 8th. Wind picking up, blowing hard out to right field. Two-one pitch. Swung on, tipped foul. It'll even the count up at 2-2. DeAndre Carter's 2-2 pitch to Reynolds, down low in the dirt-colored turf. Again, the only actual dirt on this field is the pitcher's mound. Everything else, the field turf surface. Some sort of artificial grass-like material with rubber pellets for cushioning. And Will Reynolds draws a walk. First time he's walked today. It's 1 for 3 before that. Up comes Ashanti Ross. Bunt single in the first. Popped out to the second baseman in the second inning. Struck out swinging in the 4th. And just now grounded out.
Number 2, Cameron Willman.
And that time it ground out to the third baseman.
Valley! Let's go, Cam. Let's go, Valley! Let's go, Valley. Do the serious, man.
Moves Will Reynolds up to second base in the effort, but 1 on, 2 out. Bakersfield trail by 3 runs against the Monarchs at home. Cameron Willman in. Swings and misses at the first pitch he sees from DeAndre Carter. Here's the 0-1. Down low. Making a great stop is Connor Kelly. Keep that ball in front of him and keeping Will Reynolds from advancing. Willman, 2 runs scored today, 2 walks and 2 hits, 1 RBI. Good offensive effort. Swings at this one and fouls it behind him. Falls behind the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Let's go, Dre.
DeAndre Carter with a 1-2 count against Cameron Willman. Here's the pitch. Down low. Thought about swinging, did not. Wisely so. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on second base. 11-8 Monarchs. Top of the 8th inning. There's the pitch. Low and away. Connor Kelly keeps it in front of him. And the count runs full. No activity in the Monarchs bullpen at the moment, nor in Bakersfield's. Pitch swung on, fouled up high and over the protective netting, maybe reaching the parking lot.
Come on, Dre, that's all you got to do is get 1 strike. 1 funky strike.
Another 3-2 pitch from Carter to Willman. Some words of encouragement coming from the dugouts. Another pitch fouled away off the backstop. Two hours, 20 minutes played. Another 3-2 pitch, and he draws the walk. Fought all the way back for that one and earns a walk over to first base. So Willman's at first. Will Reynolds, the leadoff hitter, is at second base, both aboard from walks. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Zach Williams. He's the catcher. He had a 2 RBI single in the first inning. Flied out to left in the second. Grounded out to first base in the fourth. And grounded out to the pitcher in the seventh. A lot of air traffic today. Just a gorgeous day at the park. Clear skies, fluffy clouds over the hills off in the distance. As this one's hit hard to center field, chasing back on it. Making a great catch is Jerry Aguilar to protect the Monarchs' lead and end the top half of the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 11-8 Monarchs over the Bakersfield Renegades. Back in just a minute.
Bottom of the 8th inning for the Monarchs. Left fielder number 5, Gideon Ellis.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Gideon Ellis stepping in for the Monarchs. He's scored every time he's appeared on the score sheet. And on the field, of course. Singled in the 5th and scored. Bunt singled in the 6th and scored. He looks at a strike, and the count evens up. Wind definitely picking up. It's now reported at 9 miles an hour coming out of the west. This one's popped up high, and it'll be caught in foul territory by Zach Williams. So it's 2 for 3 now. Ellis fouls out. Alex Saavedra stepping in. Designated hitter reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. Also singled, walked, and flied out to left. Swings at this one. Another one popped way up high. Calling for it is Cameron Willman, the shortstop. He makes the grab. And the second Monarch is retired in the bottom of the 8th. Still 11-8 LA Valley.
Matt Matsuka.
Matt Machuca, the second baseman, stepping in. Looks at the first pitch up and over the strike zone. He reached on a fielder's choice last inning, earning an RBI, but then getting caught stealing second base. He's been hit by pitch twice today.
Come on, Matt. This boy ain't playing with you. Stand up to him.
Hasn't swung yet. No need to if it's out of the zone. That one's way low. And he draws a walk. Matt Machuca, 2-out walk, brings up Giovanni Chaidez. Chaidez with the triple last inning, scoring Gideon Ellis from first base. Second, I believe, actually. Anyway, he scored. Looks at strike one. Pickoff move holds Matt Machuca at first. Another one almost thrown up and over Trey Harmon's head. He leapt up in the air to grab it and prevent an error from being charged to the catcher, Zach Williams. That throw was really high. Chaidez waits. Swings and drives one towards shortstop. Just trotting over to second base for the force out to end the inning was Cameron Willman. Last chance for the Renegades coming right up. It's 11-8 Monarchs, top of the 9th in just a moment. DeAndre Carter still out on the mound for the Monarchs. The start this top of the 9th inning. Amani K. Smith, thanks for tuning in. Where are you watching from? So for Bakersfield, 5, 6, and 7 batters coming up. Be Trey Harmon, the first baseman to lead off.
First baseman number 25, Trey Harmon.
Harmon homered last inning, a 2-run shot to chip away at the Monarchs' lead. Beg your pardon, not last inning. Last time he was up, that was in the 7th. He looks at a strike to even up the count 1-1.
Let's go, Drake. This dude is serious. Come on, man. Gotta bring it.
John Dre Carter misses low and away for ball 2. It's a 2-1 pitch. Hit hard into left center field, running over towards it. Oh, that's gone again. 2 home runs now for Trey Harmon.
Hey, it's Treyway.
This one just to the right of the scoreboard over in left center field. Makes it 11-9 in Bakersfield. Excuse me, Monarchs 11, Bakersfield 9.
Let's go, Pat.
So a solo shot and a 2-run jack previously. He also scored in the first inning, so he's certainly doing his part for his team.
Hey, leave it up.
Landon Kauk batting every other inning. He's 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts, a fly out to the left, and a single.
That's right, Trey.
1-1 count. Kauk looks at strike 2 on the outside edge. Do beg your pardon, is a pinch hitter in the box. Actually, it's not Brandon Kauk. That is for Bakersfield number 7, Matt Patton, and he strikes out swinging. 5th strikeout of the day for DeAndre Carter.
Need that. You don't know how much power you need that.
Hunter Adams.
Oh, he needed that.
Hunter Adams stepping in. Caleb Freeman on deck, so that's the only pinch hit to be expected unless he gets pulled out of the on-deck circle. So after Patton strikes out swinging, the wind really picking up. This one driven into left center, running on it, making the throw. Should still be a double. That throw gets away, but not for any extra bases. On the run to make a throw the opposite direction. That's a tough play to make by Gideon Ellis. So in there with a double is Hunter Adams. It's his 2nd hit of the day. Caleb Freeman, the DH, stepping in, but not before a meeting on the mound. Head coach Dave Malice gathering the infield. Have a couple of words. Don't want to see this one slip away. Carter's had good stuff today. No question there. And he's a pitcher of record. He stands to get the win. If he can just get 2 more outs. Sebastian Zapata warming up in the Monarchs bullpen. But for now, Caleb Freeman steps in. Again, the designated hitter. Hit by a pitch. Grounded out, flied out, and struck out. 0 for 3. He looks at strike 1 right down the pipe.
Let's go, Drag. Take a deep breath.
0-1 pitch coming up from Carter. Out of the stretch, swung on and missed.
Come on, Drag. We know you got it. Come on, man. Sit him down.
No balls, 2 strikes. Monarchs up by 2 in the top of the 9th. 11-9. Hunter Adams leading off from second base. Carter delivers, swinging a foul ball off of the screen beyond the Monarchs dugout. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Batter calls for time. Something didn't feel right. Steps out of the batter's box, I should say. Adjusts his grip, and he's ready to go. Carter sets, looks back towards second base, looks again. Delivers off of the butt end of the bat, right by his hands almost, it sounded like. That couldn't feel good.
Put your foot on their neck. Stop their shit.
Another 0-2 pitch coming up to Caleb Freeman. DeAndre Carter still on the hill. Hunter Adams reaching off from second, and time is called again. Wind really picking up. Swing and a miss. Number 6 for Carter. Freeman struck out for the second time in his day. And we do have another pinch hitter, actually. We'll see who that is.
Your attention, please. Now batting for Voda. Number 3, Pepper Rubalcaba.
Let's go. Hey, Q, coming to you, G. Coming.
Hector Rubalcaba.
Hit one more.
Try saying that one. Rubalcaba. Pinch hitting for Sage Voda, the right fielder. With 2 out in the bottom of the 9th. Rubalcaba played in 13 games, batting average of .365. 19 hits, 5 RBIs, 21 total bases. Slugging .404, on base .377. He swings and fouls this one high up and over toward the softball field, just to our west. Counts even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the ninth inning, Monarchs lead Bakersfield 11-9. Here's the 1-1 pitch.